Ladies and gentlemen, please show your support as we lead the field with the Brittany, followed by the English setter, the German Longhaired Pointer, the German Shorthaired Pointer, the German Wirehaired Pointer, the Gordon Setter, the Hungarian Vizsla, the Hungarian Wirehaired Vizsla, the Irish Red and White Setter, the Irish Setter, the Italian Spinone, the large Munsterlander, the Pointer, the Chesapeake Bay Retriever, the curly-coated Retriever, the flat-coat Retriever, the Golden Retriever, the Labrador Retriever, the Nova Scotia Duck-Tulling Retriever, the American Cocker Spaniel, the Clumber Spaniel, the Cocker Spaniel, the English Springer Spaniel, the Field Spaniel, the Irish Water Spaniel, the Sussex Spaniel, the Welsh Springer Spaniel, and finally the Weimaraner to complete the group. I'll now hand you back to Graham Hill in the commentary box.
Thank you, Chris. Well, here we are, the climax of our first day of exhibiting and showing at Crufts 2007. Here we see the lineup of the Gundog Group. This is one of the 7 groups of dogs to be seen at Crufts or any of the United Kingdom Championship shows, where each dog attending Crufts is qualified. The winner from this group will provide the first finalist to go forward to the Best in Show judging, which will take place in this ring on Sunday evening. As I said earlier, there are 28 breeds of gun dogs represented in the ring here, out of an overall entry of 5,150 gun dogs, making actually 6,075 entries. And that's out of an overall entry of Crufts of 23,320 dogs, which will be on show over the next 4 days here at Crufts. This is the 104th Crufts, and this year's has the second highest entry on record. The highest entry being at the Crufts Centenary Show. And as Mr. Armstrong has just completed his initial appraisal of each of the breeds on show, we come to the first of our best of breeds, the Brittany. The breed was judged today by Miss Anne R.D. Massey, and there was an overall entry of 55 made by 45 exhibits. This male was judged best of breed, and his number is 27. The Brittany is an excellent setting and flushing gun dog, and the breed is often assumed to be a Spaniel, and in fact was. Known at one time as the Brittany Spaniel, this breed finds its origins across the Channel in France. He is one of the hunt, point and retrieve breeds, and as such has already proved himself in the Kennel Club field trials. That's the Brittany best of breed, exhibit number 27. And now we have the English setter. There was an entry of 244 in the breed, and there were two judges, one for dogs and one for bitches. Mrs. M. Jarvis judged the males, and Mrs. P.J. Field the bitches. This one is a male, and his exhibit number is 261. The English setter is one of the most glamorous of all the gun dog breeds. A graceful, elegant, quiet and considerate breed. The English setter is marvellous with children, easy to train, and a good responsive worker in the field. That's the best of breed English setter, exhibit number 261. And now we move on to one of the new breeds to be seen in the ring here at Crufts, the German Longhaired Pointer. Mrs. M.E. Holmes was the breed judge. There was an entry of 27, made by 19 exhibits. This one was selected as best of breed. He's a male, and his exhibit number is 286. The German Longhaired Pointer was introduced into Britain in 1993, and by the close of 1998, there were 25 representatives of the breed in England. The original breed standard was set up in Germany in 1879 and updated in 1902. That's the best of breed German Longhaired Pointer. And now we see the German Shorthaired Pointer. There was an entry of 264, and the judge was Mrs. M. Court, and she selected this bitch as best of breed, exhibit number 379. The German Shorthaired Pointer, or GSP, was one of the first hunt, point and retrieve breeds to arrive in the United Kingdom from the continent. The German Shorthaired Pointer has on several occasions won the coveted award in the world of gun dogs, the Dual Championship, a dog able to beat all comers in the field and in the show ring. The German Shorthaired Pointer has become a firm favourite with weekend sportsmen, both in Britain and its country of origin, Germany. That's the best of breed German Shorthaired Pointer. And now we see the German Wirehaired Pointer. Mr. M. Blay was the breed judge, and from an entry of 94, he selected this male, exhibit number 561, as best of breed. This is another of the hunt, point and retrieve breeds from the continent, introduced to Britain more recently than his short-haired cousins. He was developed as a reaction to specialization in gun dogs, a combination of French Griffon, puddle pointer, short-haired pointer, and broken-coated pointer produced this all-purpose water and land-working flushing dog, the German Wirehaired Pointer. The breed was first recognized in Germany in 1870. That's the best of breed German Wirehaired Pointer, exhibit number 561. And the next gun dog best of breed we have is the Gordon Setter. Mr. J.R. Moore was the breed judge, and there was an entry of 196 where he selected this male, exhibit number 604, for best of breed. The Gordon Setter, or the Gordon as he's affectionately known, hails from the estates of the Dukes of Gordon, located in his homeland of Scotland. Black and tan setters existed in Great Britain in the 1600s. Today's standard was started in the 1700s by the Duke of Richmond and Gordon at his home in Banffshire in Scotland. The Gordon has a long history of honesty and trainability, which endears him to those who appreciate a kindly, intelligent dog, capable of enjoying all the exercise which a household can give him. That's the Gordon Setter, exhibit number 604. And now we have the Hungarian Vizsla. Dr. R.W. James was the breed judge. And from an entry of 253, he selected this bitch, exhibit number 825, for his best of breed. The Hungarian Vizsla has its origins in the central plains of Hungary. It is thought that it reached there with the invaders from the farther east. This is an intelligent dog with a very good memory, which makes him easy to train, and he is responsive to intelligent handling. That's the best of breed Hungarian Vizsla. And now we see the Hungarian Wirehaired Vizsla. This one is a male, and his exhibit number is 1006, and he was selected for best of breed by Mrs. D.L. Holman from an entry of 57. The same stature as his cousin the Vizsla, but with a harsher jacket. He also has somewhat bushy eyebrows, which render his facial expression perhaps a trifle sterner. But he has the same style of behaviour as the smooth-coated breed, and he is accepted as a good worker in the shooting world. The Wirehaired Vizsla was developed in the 1930s, coming from the same origins as its smooth-coated cousin. The breed has become more and more popular in Britain since 1999, when the breed came to the fore. That's the best of breed Hungarian Wirehaired Vizsla, exhibit number 1006. And now we move on to the Irish Red and White Setter. There was a breed entry of 105, and the breed judge was Miss T. Walsh. She selected this male, exhibit number 1048, for best of breed. Working Irish setters were originally mostly chestnut or red and white. For a time, breeders selected only from the red, and consequently the red and white setter came close to extinction. But thankfully, the breed is now undergoing a revival. This breed is similar to the Irish, but differs in having a more powerful, broader skull and having a less prominent peak to the back of the skull. He is also heavier in body and is described as an athlete rather than as being racy. That's the best of breed Irish Red and White Setter, exhibit number 1048. And here we see the Irish Setter. The breed had two judges, one for males and one for bitches. Mr. G.R. Hogsflesh judged the males, and Miss V.A. Vamplew the bitches. From their entry, they selected this male, exhibit number 1312, as their best of breed, and the entry was 450, quite a large one in the Gundog Group. Once known in Gaelic simply as the Modaroo, or red dog, the Irish setter was also called the red spaniel, and sometimes the red setter. The Irish must rank amongst the most handsome of all the gun dogs. The Irish setter has an air of devil-may-care and is totally genuine, and his friendly, affectionate nature make him a good household dog, ready for all the fun and frolic a family will hand out. That's the best of breed Irish setter, 1312. And now we have the Italian Spinone. Mrs. S.A. Grief was the breed judge, and from an entry of 172 she selected this male, exhibit number 1612, as best of breed. The Italian Spinone is an all-purpose gun dog, which is gaining in popularity since being introduced into Great Britain. It already has a fair degree of popularity with those who want a hardy worker in the field or a faithful, patient companion in the house. This is a calm, easygoing and obedient breed that thrives on work, be it hunting, field trials, or chasing bouncy doggy toys. This is another of the hunt, point and retrieve breeds from the continent. He is noted for his good scenting ability and soft mouth, and is especially successful as a worker in rough woodland or marshes. That's the best of breed Italian Spinone, exhibit number 1612. And here we see the large Munsterlander. The breed was judged today by Mrs. M. Nixon, and from an entry of 110 selected this male, exhibit number 1685, as best of breed. The breed was first registered by the Kennel Club in 1971, and since then he has proved himself both an effective worker and family companion. The large Munsterlander is a biddable dog and gives the impression that he enjoys life and would like you to enjoy it too. The influx of Gundog breeds from the continent since the early 1950s has introduced a number of multi-purpose gun dogs to our rough shooting scene. None has been more strikingly handsome than this tall, black-headed, white and black-bodied breed from Munster in Germany. That's the large Munsterlander, exhibit number 1685. And here we have the Pointer. This one is a male, and his exhibit number is 1929, and he was selected by Mrs. F.B. Barr as best of breed from an entry of 231. Although the exact origins are unclear, the Pointer was developed wholly in Great Britain. At some stage in its development, old Spanish setter lines were probably used. The Pointer has undoubtedly become a truly English breed over the last 2 or 3 centuries. Selective breeding has created a biddable, noble and giving individual, one that is overly sensitive. Its kindly disposition makes it an ideal family companion. That's the best of breed Pointer 1929. And now we see the Chesapeake Bay Retriever. Mr. T.R. Pascoe was the breed judge, and from an entry of 74 he selected this male, exhibit number 1975, as best of breed. There is no doubt whatsoever about the origins of this breed. The tale goes about 2 puppies being rescued from a wrecked ship off the coast of eastern seaboard of Maryland. They were reputed some 2 centuries ago to have been Newfoundland in type, were discovered to love water, and so were crossed with the local retriever types, probably including curly coats. The result of that breeding was the ultimate in national waterproof dogs, the Chesapeake Bay Retriever. And here we see the best of breed Chesapeake Bay Retriever, exhibit number 1975. And next to be judged by Mr. Murray Armstrong is the curly-coated retriever. There were 106 of the breed with us today, and this male was judged to be best of breed by Mrs. D.A. Horan, and his exhibit number is 2066. The unmistakable feature of this breed is his coat, his body, ears and tails being covered with tight, crisp curls, while his face and muzzle are smooth-haired. His coat is waterproof, and even after a swim and a quick shake, he can be practically dry. The curly-coated retriever was at its most popular as a shooting dog in the latter part of the 19th century. And here we see the Crufts best of breed curly-coated retriever 2066. And now we move on to the flat-coated retriever. Again, a breed with 2 judges. Dogs were judged by Mrs. B.M. Hutchinson, and bitches by Mrs. Val A. Jones. There was an overall breed entry of 440, and this male, exhibit number 2376, was selected as best of breed. This is a gun dog that's in his element in the countryside. One time known as the gamekeeper's dog, attracting attention when widely used in the late 1800s on the estates of England. The flat-coated retriever is a tireless worker in the field, an excellent water dog, and a natural swimmer, and a dog who loves human companionship. That's the best of breed flat-coated retriever 2376. And now we move on to the breed which has the largest entry here at Crufts this year, the golden retriever. Again, having two judges. Dogs were judged by Mrs. F. Johnson from Bermuda, and bitches by Mrs. Vivian E. Jones. There was a massive breed entry of 691, and this bitch was selected as best of breed. Her exhibit number is 2811. One of the most popular dogs in the world, as can be seen by the entry here at Crufts this year. Bred, as his name implies, to retrieve game in the field. The breed is adapted to many roles. There is virtually nothing this breed cannot do, with the obvious exception of being a guard dog. His friendly temperament makes him totally unsuitable for that job. Guide dogs are one of his jobs, as are drug and explosive detecting dogs. He's a good tracker and an obedient competitor at his best. This is the best of breed golden retriever 2811. And we go on to the next most popular breed, the Labrador Retriever. Dogs were judged by Mrs. M. Ruth and bitches by Mrs. A. C. Lavelle. Another large entry in this breed, an entry of 586. This male was judged best of breed, and his exhibit number is 3059. The Labrador is one of the best all-round dogs in the world. As with the Golden, he is not only used for retrieving game, but has also made his mark in the world of guide dogs, as well as sniffer dogs for drugs and explosive detection. The Labrador Retriever was originally introduced to these shores in the late 1800s by Colonel Peter Hawker and the Earl of Malmesbury. That's the best of breed Labrador Retriever 3059. And now we see the Nova Scotia Duck Tolling Retriever. Mrs. C. MacDonald was the breed judge. There was an entry of 96, and this male was selected as best of breed, and his exhibit number is 3575. Canada is the origin of this breed, and known affectionately as the Toller. He arrived in Britain as recently as 1998. And since 1998, the breed has steadily progressed in popularity. The word tolling comes from the Old English word tollen, to entice. That's the best of breed Nova Scotia Duck Tolling Retriever 3575. Now the first of the table dogs in the Gundog Group, we see the American Cocker Spaniel. Mr. K. McFarlane was the breed judge, and there was an entry of 160, where this bitch was selected best of breed, exhibit number 3690. The American Cocker Spaniel, as his name implies, hails from the Americas and has been derived in the last century in America from Cocker Spaniel, ostensibly to retrieve quail. He has striking differences from the English ancestors, the most distinctive being his skull shape and profuse coat. The American Cocker Spaniel. He's a very cheerful fellow and makes a highly successful family dog. He's on the small side in the region of 15 inches high, but obviously needs careful grooming. That's the American Cocker Spaniel, best of breed, 3690. And now we move on to the Clumber Spaniel. Mrs. H. Monaghan was the breed judge, and from an entry of 92 selected this male, exhibit number 3822, as best of breed. The Clumber Spaniel is said to have come in the first place from France over 200 years ago. The breed was brought to Britain by the Duke of Newcastle and bred at his family home of Clumber Park in Nottinghamshire. Just to look at this breed, it's obvious he's a very heavy dog and is the heaviest of the spaniel breeds in the Gundog Group. A delightful breed which happily adapts to family life. His pace of work is more of the leisurely type than any of that of the other spaniels. That's the best of breed Clumber Spaniel, 3822. And next we see the popular Cocker Spaniel. Again, a breed with two judges. Males were judged by Mrs. S. Shields and bitches by Mr. J. C. Gillespie. There was an entry of 415, from which this bitch was selected best of breed. Her exhibit number is 4122. The Cocker Spaniel is sometimes known as the Merry Cocker and is the most popular of the Spaniel family. An active, happy, intelligent and affectionate dog, and one that quickly adapts himself to his surroundings. The breed originated as the Cocking Spaniel and derived his name from Flushing woodcock. The breed has a great retrieving instinct and often employs his retrieving instincts around the house and can be found with toy or slipper in his mouth. The Cocker Spaniel was recognised as a separate breed from the Field and Springer Spaniels soon after the formation of the Kennel Club in 1873. That's the best of breed Cocker Spaniel, 4122. And here we have the English Springer Spaniel. There was an entry of 202, from which Mrs. D.A. Bury selected this bitch as best of breed. Her exhibit number is 4259. The English Springer Spaniel is the traditional dog for the rough shooter, a dog capable of working tirelessly all day and ready to enter water or on even the coldest of days. The name Springer is derived from the use of this type of spaniel to startle birds into the air. The English Springer Spaniel has a cheerful, extrovert nature, which has endeared him to the general public and has been very popular as an energetic companion for a growing family. This is the best of breed English Springer Spaniel, 4259. And we move on now to the Field Spaniel. Mr. J.R. Prosser was the breed judge. There was a breed entry of 69, and this male was selected as best of breed. His exhibit number is 4417. The Field Spaniel is a product of crossing the one-time Sussex Springer and the Cocker Spaniel, and this was done in the late 19th century. It is interesting to note that the very definite statement which the breed devotees has written into the breed standard to the effect that he is not suitable for the city. This is not a popular breed by modern traits. He makes a good companion for the country dweller. Twice the breed has nearly disappeared, firstly in the early 1900s and secondly in the 1950s, when breed numbers were so small that the breed lost championship show status. That's the Field Spaniel, exhibit number 4417. And here we have the Irish Water Spaniel. There were 44 entries in Irish Water Spaniels here today, and Mrs. A. McDermott was the breed judge. She selected this male for best of breed, exhibit number 4505. This is the tallest of all the spaniels. The Irish Water Spaniel is a breed of great antiquity and is something of an enigma. Although in Britain he is shown as a spaniel, he works in the field trials as a retriever. As his name implies, he delights in water and is an admirable and enthusiastic retriever. That's the best of breed Irish Water Spaniel 4505. And moving on, we see the Sussex Spaniel. Mrs. P.A. Perkins was the breed judge, and from an entry of 81 selected this bitch 4526 as best of breed. The Sussex Spaniel is an old breed of great substance and is unusual among gun dogs, in that he tends to be somewhat vocal when working. The Sussex Spaniel is wider in the head than many Spaniel breeds and has a rather wrinkled brow, which gives him a frowning expression. However, the wrinkled brow does not convey the breed's disposition. He's a kindly dog and is quite capable of being a family dog in a country household. But he loves doing his work, crushing his way through thick cover in the field. The breed has a distinct role when moving. That's the best of breed Sussex Spaniel 4526. And now we see the Welsh Springer Spaniel. Mrs. J.M. Rees was the breed judge, and this bitch was selected from an entry of 213 as best of breed. Her exhibit number is 4628. This amiable breed was first visually represented in the 1600s and was at one time exhibited as a Welsh cocker. The Welsh Springer Spaniel was not recognised as a distinct breed until 1902. The Welsh Springer Spaniel is somewhat smaller and finer in head than his English cousin, but is equally kindly in temperament. That's the Welsh Springer Spaniel best of breed 4628. And now we come to the final of the gun dog breeds to be seen in this group, the Weimaraner. Mr. S.A. Hollings was the breed judge, and from an entry of 264, he selected this male for best of breed, exhibit number 4763. The Weimaraner is another of the multi-purpose hunt, point and retrieve dogs coming into Britain from the continent. The breed's striking feature are his grey coloration and his light eyes. The breed hails from Germany, where it takes its name from the German court of Weimar, where it found much favour. That's the best of breed Weimaraner, exhibit number 4763. Now, with all the individual breed judging being completed, Mr. Murray Armstrong will have another quick look over each of the breeds, just to refresh his memory and to assist in making his mind up for the winner of this particular group. Usually our group judges make a short list of between 8 and 10. That's purely to their own decision.
Okay, so the first one will go with number 5, when he goes to the first dog, down, and then it's quite quick, so if we alternate between 5.
So as he moves back to the beginning of our line to draw up the first of his short list, out comes the English setter. The German Wirehaired Pointer.
And 5 goes to
The Pointer. The Flatcoat Retriever. The Labrador Retriever. The American Cocker Spaniel. The Cocker Spaniel. And the Irish Water Spaniel and the Weimaraner. Can I ask you to give a round of applause to congratulate those best of breed winners as they leave the ring? All been very successful in their particular breeds today, and a great honour to win best of breed here at Crufts 2007. So we have a shortlist in the Gundog Group of 9. And I think Mr. Murray Armstrong will move them individually again. Led off by the English setter, exhibit number 261. And the German Wirehaired Pointer, exhibit number 561. And now the Pointer, exhibit number 1929. The Flat-Coated Retriever, 2376. And now the Labrador Retriever, 3059. The American Cocker Spaniel, 3690. And the Cocker Spaniel, 4122. The Irish Water Spaniel, 4505. And finally, but by no means least, the Weimaraner, 4763. And I see the shorter-legged gun dogs are at the end of the line, so I think that means a trip round the ring for all the breeds. Yes, it is. And they go. Okay. So with another quick look at each of the breeds moving, I think Mr. Murray is coming to Mr. Murray Armstrong is coming close to a decision, and yes, and called out the award boards. So I think the decision is very close. So can I say the winner of the Gundog Group, Crufts 2007, is the flat-coated Retriever. 2376. And Group 2, the German Wirehaired Pointer, 561. Group 3, the Pointer, 1929. And Group 4, the Labrador Retriever, 3059. There will be a presentation of the Send Gold Vase, which is awarded to the winner of each of our groups. The presentation is to be made by Lady Vesti, escorted into the ring by the Vice Chairman of the Kennel Club, Mr. Bill Hardaway. So, as our shortlisted breeds leave the group ring, can I just remind you of our winner, which is the flat-coated Retriever, exhibit number 2376. Group 2, the German Wirehaired Pointer, 561. Group 3, the Pointer, exhibit number 1929. And Group 4, the Labrador Retriever, exhibit number 3059. Right, I think our winners will do a lap of honour. Just before you all go, you can show your appreciation of their win today. And we have our first finalist for Best in Show on Sunday evening, the flat-coated Retriever, the German Wirehaired Pointer, the Pointer, and the Labrador Retriever.